Hello everyone, this is Scott Lowe from E3 2014. I just got finished checking out 3 new demos for the Oculus Rift. Now there's no new hardware, so if you're expecting a consumer version, you are sadly out of luck. But these 3 new demos are really focusing on, content, which is something that we haven't seen a ton of, to be quite frank. So we saw Super Hot, which is, of course, the Kickstarter-backed indie game where you actually control time with your controller and your movement. I also saw Lucky's Tale, which is the new game that Oculus is actually publishing from the creator of Words with Friends. And most excitingly for me, because I've never played it before, Alien's Isolation, which takes advantage of VR in unique ways. So kicking things off, Super Hot, which was really, really interesting. So if you're unfamiliar with the game, you do, again, control the action in the game and time by moving around. And so the demo that we saw that's kind of been floating around the web was basically you're running down a hallway and trying to avoid bullets. But what's unique about the Oculus Rift version is that because of its head tracking capability, you can actually lean out of the way of the bullets and kind of create a new kind of gameplay mechanic there. And actually it's pretty advantageous and creates new gameplay opportunities. So that was very, very cool. And then Lucky's Tale, which is actually really, really interesting because it is basically a 3D platformer in the vein of like Super Mario World. What was really interesting to me was the fact that you can interact with the characters in the world and really kind of explore it in a way that you would want to in something like a Super Mario World, but you can only really have that static perspective. So with VR, you can look around, you can actually look at the characters and they look right back at you, which is a little creepy but kind of awesome at the same time, and that was really interesting. But again, my favorite, and I think this is like a big defining moment for me, at least for VR, was Alien's Isolation, because that is a fully realized world. It's all about atmosphere, and it is totally awesome in VR. So you take control of Riley, and you've got your flashlight, and you have the motion sensor, and you have to actually look back and forth, which adds a new kind of element of suspense. And even though I was in the context of a meeting room at a big gaming convention, I felt totally immersed and, quite frankly, pretty freaked out. And when I inevitably died, the spike went through my stomach and I was able to look down at it, which was just like a surreal moment. So overall, really, really exciting stuff. It really kind of makes VR all the more kind of tangible and interesting, at least to me personally. I think there's been an absence of content, and Oculus is really out there showing that it is something they are concerned about and they are really committed to. So for all things virtual reality, gaming, and more, stay tuned to IGN.com.